What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Scarlet Witch issue number 8, and the Scarlet Witch is headed off to have a conversation with a god, the last door bringing her right to Loki's doorstep. But Loki isn't the only thing that she has been dealing with, because most recently we have had the arrival of the Magneto clone, the man known as Joseph. And with his surprising arrival, him and the Scarlet Witch are going into deep conversation, trying to figure out what Joseph truly wants in this life. Not really sure how he was brought back. We are soon gonna learn his deep, dark secret. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, we are picking up in the realm of the giants, and sitting upon the throne is Loki himself. As he sits upon his throne, banging down the door, we have the Scarlet Witch. Before this conversation can even get started, Wanda snaps her fingers, letting Loki know for the next hour, you can only speak the truth. But before we dive into their conversation, we have to jump hours before. Joseph and Wanda together. They have been working together with the last door, but they have also been working on Joseph. And Joseph really is just trying to make amends. He has been somebody's tool. He wasn't born, but he was made in a lab, created to kill Magneto, given all of his raw power but none of his skill. He is a weapon of mass destruction, but then he was killed, still carrying around the scars. After all the harm that he did against humans, against mutants, against his own father. At this point, he doesn't expect anybody to forgive him. And if Wanda's being honest, she's not sure if she was gonna forgive him. He was a shock. She was angry, but she has turned a new page in her life. There are no shortcuts to redemption. There is no schedule. While Joseph may believe that it is already too late, Wanda lets him know that it is not. But their conversation is cut short with the arrival of a giant, a cousin to Loki. This is Arkin, and he has come seeking the help of Wanda. But the thing is, this portal, this doorway, it is the talk of the realms. It did not bring him here, he went seeking it out. But he didn't do this for revenge. He is doing this for respect. What is left of his people are left adrift. He only wishes to lead them, to represent them. But Loki has rejected his claim, that Loki has robbed him of his birthright. That's what takes us to Jotunheim. That is what takes us to present day, Wanda and Loki. As this conversation gets underway, Loki is letting us know that his cousin is only seeking social standing. He believes this to be far more dangerous. But the way Wanda is seeing it, all of his people are gone. That Arkin deserves to speak for what remains of those small group of people. And Loki does agree. Such a right does exist. But is it Arkin's to wield? Why should he represent those he couldn't protect? Because power doesn't have sympathy. The way he sees it, the mountain giants, they're better off as nomads. But he will grant this wish. He will let Arkin rule, but only if Wanda can best him in a duel. This duel is going to be one of truths. A duel of honesty. The first to yield loses. And so with Wanda beginning, they start to divulge their deepest, darkest truths about themselves, how they perceive themselves, how the world perceives them, and everything else in between. Wanda, a mad scientist, ripping her from her parents. Loki growing up a pariah among Asgardians. Wanda's brother never admitting it, but a small part of him fears every move that she makes. Loki's brother has repeatedly beaten him over the head with a star-forged hammer. Wanda allowed her own murder to set right her crimes against an entire species. Loki has seen beyond all creation, discovered that his life itself is a long-form lie. As these two continue on, it gets more intimate. It gets even deeper. It goes to the very core of them. Wanda telling him that when I hear you, but now I am also seeing you. If only thanks to this duel, she has finally got to know who Loki is. In Loki, she sees true kinship, a friend, as they get closer and closer, looking as if they are about to kiss, saying that perhaps, maybe more, but only perhaps. That is the true tragedy. That is their tragedy. With Wanda backing away, admitting that they are more alike than she had ever imagined, that Loki understands things about her that only few could ever truly understand, that there could be more between them, there could even be love nourished in time, but only with this version of Loki, only with a version of absolute true self. And that is someone that Loki will never be. And with those words, Loki says absolutely nothing. He pauses, unable to speak anything except "I yield." With the duel being over and Wanda winning, Arkin comes into the room and Loki grants him everything that he has wanted. Hugging his cousin, he said that "you asked that I honor the claim, but power isn't requested, it is taken. You currently have the title. Let's see how long you can keep it." Now, this is what takes us to later on that day. We pick up with Joseph, and right now he is using Mysterium telecode, saying that he is unable to risk his voice, that he has infiltrated Wanda. While he is communicating this, we see that a sorcerer is being taken down, a bigoted warlock with delusions of supremacy. His death will send out a warning to Wanda and all of her kind, because the last Hexfinder lives, and it is now open season on all witches. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This has definitely been a better issue than the previous. The truth duel between Loki and Wanda was absolutely magnificently written. It's interesting to see them both bring out their deepest, darkest truths about themselves, about how they see themselves, and about how the world perceives them. But more than that, Wanda admitting that her and Loki, they might actually have a relationship. They could probably fall in love with one another, but only if Loki was ever truly truthful with himself and Wanda. That it would always have to be like that, or the love would never be able to blossom. And unfortunately, Loki can never just be that person. The god of mischief would never be able to just stick to just being his true self. Lies and deception are his forte. While he may be able to be his true self in those small moments, this would also be denying his very nature. And so this is a star-crossed lovers, a love that can never be. And while I thoroughly enjoy this little verbal fight, if you will, I've really been waiting for the Scarlet Witch to have some kind of intervention on everything going on with the X-Men. On multiple occasions, Wanda has mentioned the mutant massacre, things going on with Orcus, how she wants to do more and help more people, yet she sits on the sidelines and does nothing. She sits at her door and she waits for some singular soul that needs some help, versus an entire mutant species that is needing your help right now, this moment, and you are sitting in an emporium doing nothing. You had just earned the trust of mutant kind back. You created a mutant heaven. They finally accepted you as one of their own. And when they have their most dire moments, when they need you the most, you go have a verbal debate with Loki. I don't know, if I were a mutant, I would be hugely offended and I would not like her one single bit. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that has been going on with the Scarlet Witch, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to free comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.